Hello, dear students. Today I have come up with the topic related to the Bachelor of Arts, which you have to read in major as a novel in Indian Writing English in Semester 3. So, here I'm going to give you a brief detail of the character chart of the Bachelor of Arts, written by author R.K. Narayan, and it is genre a coming of age novel, and setting is Malgudi. As you can see, I have put a picture of here. It is portrayed by Kansuk, and Malgudi Days is one of the fictional places which author R.K. Narayan has imagined. Malgudi is also a character in this novel. Introduction to R.K. Narayan. As you can see, the picture of our famous writer R.K. Narayan. He was born on 10th October 1906 and he died in May 13, 2001. He was approximately 94 years. Along with Raja Rao and Mulkraj Anand, R.K. Narayan is one of the India's most significant novelists, the trio of the novelist. However, Narayan is unique in that he is a pure artist writing primarily for aesthetics, pleasure, rather than for any other purpose, such as advancing his political or financial agendas. He impartially and fairly depicts a slice of life as he perceives it throughout his entire book. The main driving force behind the lives of his characters in his works is their moral sense. As you can see, the cover of R.K. Narayan's The Bachelor of Arts novel's cover page. Introduction to the novel. It was published in 1937. It is a story of a young graduate Chandran. Its focuses on love, identity, and maturity. It is a realistic portrayal of Indian middle class life. Here you can see a brief chart of the characters who are put in the novel by the writer. Chandran is the main protagonist or hero. His traits is he is very emotional, he is romantic. His importance, he represents youth. Malti is his love interest. She is traditional, modest, and she represents romantic ideal. Srinivas, his friend, he's very practical, voice of reason. Ramu, he is his friend. He is very loyal to Chandran, and he is the support system of Chandran. Again, a friend is also there, Mohan. He's his friend, and he is very practical, and he's loyal also, and he's voice of reason, support system to Chandran. Chandan's father and mother, they are both strict and traditional and caring, and they represent social values, emotional support uh, needed. And now coming to the protagonist Chandran, he is doing his BA in history honors, and he is very romantic and emotional. There is a scene in the novel where there is a debate on a topic that obviously he wins and he impresses his colleagues, and he's very idealistic thinker. And now, as a student of history, he respects his teacher, and that's why he emphasizes on different ideas, and he wins the debate. It is a very minor incident, but it reflects the character of Chandran. And he's a realistic thinker, and ultimately he experiences heartbreak when his marriage to Malti is not done, and Malti's father rejects his marriage proposal due to um, Chandran's astrology, and Chandran's Kundali has Mangalik dosh. So ultimately, Malti's father rejects the marriage proposal. Despite there is a position from his mother also that the marriage proposal should come from the girl side, but yet he experienced a tumultuous heartbreak, and then his father sends him off to Madras. and where he's supposed to meet his uncle and spend his time there. But there at a lodge, he meets Kailash, and then he goes on a different journey. Kailash is a very extravagant kind of person, and he is very spendthrift, and he splurged his money on Chandran, but ultimately Chandran detached from Kailash, and a barber is there who helps him to get the ascetic life. And ultimately, when he lives like a sannyasi for some months, then he finally realizes that he is not made for these things, and he contacts his father, and he telegrams his father to send him rupees 20. But his father is very generous, and he's very hopeful that his son is returning back. So his father sends him 50 rupees. In today's time, 50 rupees are very meager money, but remember that this novel is set in 1937. So in 1937, rupees 50 was a huge sum. And the last part, he achieves maturity at the end when he come back to Malgudi, and he tells his father that instead of going to England, he will pursue any career, or he will try for employment. And thereafter, after insistment of his parents, he agrees to meet a girl, Shushila. And when he goes there at her place, he ultimately finds Shushila very attractive, and he falls for her. And ultimately, they are married, and there is a major change in Chandran's character there. Obviously, the Maldi, the love interest, Chandan falls for her and it is called, can call love at first sight. She represents beauty and tradition, but marriage is cancelled due to her scope mismatch, and she is symbol of fate and social custom. And ultimately, she chooses um, the arranged spouse, which is um, selected by his father. Srinivas and Ramu, they are Srinivas, Ramu, and Mohan is also there. They are close friends, and they are practical and supportive, offer advice during crisis. They represent rational thinking. Chandan's father is strict and disciplined, believes in social respectability, represent traditional authority. Chandan's mother is loving and emotional, provides comfort, supports her son in any situation. And there are some minor characters also. Marriage broker, they are two, and they represent arranged marriage system. Astrologer is there, he represent traditional belief. Kailash is representing college realism. Mohan is Chandra's friend, who is again practical beliefs. Sinu, Chandra's younger brother, is there, who is there is some autobiographical element in Sinu, who is said to be like author's own younger brother. Shushila is Chandan's bride, who is the arranged marriage spouse selected by his father, Chandan's father. And here we can see Chandan's character development from a carefree student. He is a romantic lover. He turns into romantic lover, and then he's a heartbroken wanderer. He becomes a sannyasi, and this sannyasi phase extend to some 8 or 9 months, and then he suddenly realized that he has some duties toward his family, his father, and then his mature adult uh, self is seen. And we find that Chandan's uh, majestically develop in us a responsible son. And themes through characters, we can see youth and idealism, love versus reality, tradition versus modernity, self discovery, social customs. And I can say this novel is a study of emotional growth. Realistic characters are there, psychological growth of youth, reflection of Indian society, and there is blend of humor and seriousness. Narayan's simple language and gentle humor emphasizes the whole plot into a very mesmerizing capture of middle class life crises in there. And here is the last part of the section. And I want to ask you a question. Um, is Chandran's transformation, do you think that Chandran's transformation is convincing and realistic or not? Please write in the comment. Thank you for watching. Hope it helps.